All right, we should be live, Grant. The show's got 8 people in here watching. Tonight's live is going to be a little bit different than what we normally do on Thursday nights. I talked to Zach and JT, and they have some stuff that they're doing to get their cars ready for the 2024 season. So there is a new segment coming to the Flag to Flag Media YouTube channel that I wanted to go over. I brought Grant in tonight because Grant and his brother are actually sponsoring this new segment with Water Warriors Restoration. So, Grant, thanks for tuning in with me tonight to discuss this. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm excited. Like we've been talking, I think probably last 2-3 weeks
Yes,
about it, and I've been saying let's do it, let's do it, let's do it. So
right.
I think it's gonna be good.
So I'm going to break down what's actually going on with the new hot pit segment and all that stuff. The first thing I do want to say, though, I mean, you guys can chime in, and that's why we want to do live thing and just kind of you don't interact. This is nowhere near going to be an hour long. It's just going to be probably me and Grant on here for 15, 20 minutes talking about the hot pit segment. The first thing I do want to say, I do want to mention that when I announced this today, there probably might have been some confusion on is this replacing the normal live show? And the answer to that is absolutely not. The live show that we do is completely different. The hot pit segment is going to be a segment that is YouTube exclusive. I'm going to do driver interviews, talk about some stuff that's going on in the racing world, that type of stuff. But it's only all I'm going to do is record it in the studio and post it on YouTube. It's not going to be a live interaction, nothing like that. It's just going to be some, like I said, drivers interviews, promoting races that are coming up, just talking about some results from the weekend past. And yes, that is a lot of stuff that we talk about on the weekly show. However, that's a little bit different vibe because Zach, JT, Peyton, Owen, those guys aren't going anywhere. As long as they'll have me, I'll have them, and that's more of a segment or show for us to get on there and shoot the bull about racing in general, about their perspectives on what happened the past weekend and so forth. So I just kind of wanted to do this live tonight to talk about the new hot pit segment. I do have a lot of stuff lined up, some interviews coming up that'll be pretty interesting. One of them will be with Ryan Bowling, just kind of giving a little bit of a heads up, about doing an interview on live streaming and what it does for the sport and some of the negative impacts that it could potentially do for the sport, that type of stuff. So this is going to be the hot pit segment is going to be more of a detailed dive with drivers, racetracks, promoters, streamers, that type of stuff. So I'm pretty excited about it. I hope everybody else is too. I continuously try to think, but it's just like anything else that you're trying to build. You continuously try to think about, ways to improve what you're doing. Road trip's not going nowhere. Shop talk's not going nowhere. I've not done as many shop talks as I've wanted to recently, and that's just due to scheduling and drivers are busy this time of year trying to get stuff ready. I've been doing the racing grind with Jeff Mounts Motorsports and Logan Mounts. That's going to be a fun project this summer, traveling around with them and going to some races and doing some filming. So, yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I mean, I'm glad that I hope you're excited too, Grant, to come along and sponsor this whole deal and help us out.
Oh yeah, like I've said this whole time, anything you want to do that, and I said in my post earlier, I shared that you don't get enough credit for all the behind the scenes media that helps racers like me and JT and Zach and Peyton and everyone else, even and other people that get credit from the flag to flag. You push out videos and content and stuff that the normal fans don't get to see from their house. They only see when they go to the race, and even if they don't go in the pits, they're only seen from the grandstands into the pits. Can't really see people working on the cars from there. So, like I said, especially the racing grind thing you're doing with Logan, that gives a lot of behind the scenes. And me as a racer, I've learned some stuff.
Right.
So, it's pretty cool.
Well, when I started Flag to Flag, I mean, a lot of guys that I've talked to and drivers and fans know that, the reason I did this was just to provide a lot of behind the scenes content and as much as I could provide. Right. I mean, this is obviously not, I don't do this for a living. It's just a fun hobby that I do. And the local and regional guys is where that's my go-to, right? That's the guys that I enjoy hanging around. When the national guys come to town too, I mean, I enjoy talking to them, but the local and regional guys is what I enjoy the most. And for Flag to Flag Media, that's one of the reasons. There's a lot of stuff that's covered through Flow content, Dirt Vision, that type of stuff. But I want to use the Hot Pit for our local and regional guys, the news, the interviews, that type of stuff. So the more exposure we can get those guys, I think the better. I mean, obviously, at that level, at the local and regional level, sponsorships are huge, right? So anytime that you can get exposure for those guys, I think it's a plus, so that's just
sponsors are huge. And as you know, I'm very blessed with the sponsors I've got. So, and everyone knows, and really local and regional racers is what makes racing. So
exactly,
go these big Lucas World of Outlaw shows, even into the sprint car side and USAC side, and look how many regional people are making the field so they have a full field.
right.
So, I mean, I think last year World Outlaws had 15 full time maybe, and then Lucas maybe had 15 to 16 set whatever. So it's good to help out the local and regional guys to get exposure.
Braden, thanks for tuning in, William. You didn't miss much. You just missed the very beginning, which was just kind of an introduction of the show. But Braden said, "Will they race Saturday?" Then he said, "Weatherman Lamar." I wish I was Weatherman, because that's one job that you can. It doesn't matter if you're right or wrong; you're still getting a paycheck at the end of the week. But I truly believe that they will race Saturday. I just had that feeling. I don't think here I am, I'm going to sound like a meteorologist, but I don't think the storms that we were supposed to get the other night were as intense as they were supposed to be, so that helped a bunch. I know we're supposed to get some rain again, a little bit of rain tomorrow, and it's supposed to be chillier, but I don't know. I think James is pretty excited about getting it in, so we'll see. I mean, it's almost a coin flip this time of year, so I don't know. My personal opinion, we're racing Saturday, but that's just my personal opinion. I did go by the track yesterday after work, and the track looked phenomenal. So as long as we don't get too much crazy weather between now and Saturday, we should be fine. But like I said, it's a coin flip. So, and to speak on that, Braden, that's one of the reasons why I want to dive deeper into this hot pit segment is going to be like, I didn't get this stuff going in time, but I kind of wanted to do a Northern All-Stars segment, talk about some past winners and stuff like that, but I didn't get a chance to get around to it. I was waiting on Amazon to get half my equipment, and a couple of days were lagging there, so I didn't get everything in time. But yeah, I'm going throughout the summer, like during the week, I'll do some smaller, and these hot pit segments too are only going to be like 15, 20-minute YouTube videos, so they won't be like our weekly show that's an hour long, and we have a good vibe. I mean, JT and Zach, like I said, Peyton and Owen, we all do a phenomenal job of having good shows and fan interaction and that type of stuff. So Wesley Tipton said, "Ready for some racing?" Braden Watson said, "I want to be a pit reporter," but I'll give you a microphone. You want to be a pit reporter. He wasn't able to get on the track yesterday, but was today. Looks wavy to me. Yeah, it could be. It's one of them deals. I think it depends on how much rain we get tomorrow, and if like Webb said, if Jim can get on it and do something with it and that type of stuff, we'll see. It's always rough this time of year too, because the track's laid dormant all winter, so it.
And he put new dirt on there, right?
Yeah, that's what I'd heard.
Yeah.
What's going on, Dirt Racing fan? Thanks for tuning in. If anybody has any questions, I know they're probably just tuned in just to hear the what's going on with the hot pit. But if you got any questions about, let me know. I do know that I will be teaming up with some guys out of Kentucky, Josh Chastain and Wes from Dirt Racing and Bluegrass. We talked the other day, and we're probably going to collab on a few things and do some pre-race, content for some big shows coming up, because those guys do. If you not checked them out, make sure you check them out too. They do a phenomenal job covering a lot of the Kentucky tracks, which a lot of us are used to. Ponderosa, Cumberland, Lake Cumberland, Florence, Richmond, Paducah, and all those types of tracks. So the more exposure, the better, in my opinion. But we'll do some collab stuff with them. I got a lot of stuff in store. Like I said, I just want to keep grinding out and keep doing it and see what happens. And I appreciate everybody's support. That's the thing. Like, as long as people keep supporting me, we'll keep this thing rolling. So that's the positive thing to it. You got anything you want to add to that, Grant? If
No,
I
I mean it's
pause, you
no,
can talk.
no, you're good. I don't know if you're just catching your breath or what.
No,
Uh,
no.
I'm used to if you pause, and I'm used to JT just jumping right in.
That's
So
true. Yeah, JT does a good
but,
job with it. JT
yeah,
carries us on Thursday night.
but no, I mean like you said, just supporting tracks, and anytime in Indiana, in the Midwest, you get a race in March, you're very lucky.
Very
So, with the weather that's coming in with March and April, I think last year got rained out a lot. So,
right.
I'm looking forward to Saturday, and especially with, Essex getting back into the, regional series.
Right.
I think that's going to take off and be bigger than what everyone thinks.
So last
So,
year they got two Northern All-Star races in, which was in my opinion was phenomenal that James even brought it back. Right.
yeah.
The cool part about it is they've got 2, 4, 6, 8 races already on the schedule. So and then he's hired, DJ Smallwood as a race director, Britton Gotzi as a tech. So it's cool that he's got to the level now of to where, he's actually, hiring some staff and
Yeah.
making it grow. So, but
Which
James
maybe
is a goat. So
maybe
anything he has his hands in is gonna
yeah.
going to.
Which I did question the one call of hiring the Gotzi. So,
Yeah,
but
that's I
we'll,
texted Britton the other day and I was like, "Are you gonna be able to stay up late enough to tech cars?" So Late Models
yeah,
run first, and I said, I talked to James, and Late Models are running last every night. So
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
James is
that,
for the people, so he'll give them whatever they want.
yeah, that got him worked up a little bit. So
Yeah,
that was funny.
he probably ruined his tea time.
Yeah. Oh, and you've never edited anything. I have to edit all your card collecting videos. Braden, you're doing great. I enjoy everything you put out. Thanks, Braden. I truly appreciate it, man. I try. Like I said, I like to have fun. I like to cover racing. I'm very fortunate that I have as many followers as I got. And if honestly, if there was only 5 people on here watching, we'd still get on. I'd still get on here and talk about racing or whatever. So I enjoy it. Wesley, we can't wait for Saturday either. And going back to your point, Grant, I think it's very, very hard to get races in March. It's always been a crapshoot, always. But I think a perfect scenario would be is if we could get in the Northern All-Stars race Saturday, and now I'm thinking way out on a limb here, so just bear with me. But if we can get the Northern All-Stars racing on Saturday, and then we could get the 2 practices in at Brownstown before the icebreaker, and if we were lucky enough to get the icebreaker in, the track should be in phenomenal shape, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, I mean I think hopefully by the icebreaker we can get cars on the track just to get that new dirt. We knew what happened that one year when there was new dirt on the track, and
Right.
but there was also snow on the track a week and a half before. So
yeah,
hopefully we get these next 3 weeks. Well, I guess kind of 4 weeks. We stay with this good weather and keep the rain away, and I think it's going to be a good time for sure.
Yep. And Peregrine's got the No Way Out 40 coming up in 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's the 16th, right?
16th, yeah. There's a lot of racing coming up in the month of March, which it's like I said, it's March is a crapshoot, but there's still a lot of good racing on the schedule. If we can get them in, I know there's a lot of people. I don't think Zach's going to he won't be able. I don't know because it's stuff ordered, but I don't think he'll make practice.
No.
Peyton's in the new to him pure stock, so I'd like to see him get some practice laps in. You got a new car, you probably need some practice laps. Those practices are crucial. And the other thing I want to say out there too is the car show. If you're going to Brownstown, please take advantage of Brandon Norman's car show that he's putting on, because Brandon does a phenomenal job with that. I mean, Braden, he won it year before last, or was that last year? I can't remember. I think it was last year. It's just a cool deal.
Well, it's also, I mean, he does it for the fans, but I think it's pretty cool for the drivers too, because you don't get to do that stuff during the year. We're always on a crunch time to get shows in and all that, and we don't get time to go over to the grandstands and interact with the fans and all that fun stuff. But so to do this to start the year, show off your cars, before they get banged up, or some people hit uke tires. You get to show off how pretty they are. So
right, and it's really cool too as an experience for the kids to get to see the cars up close, and it's free. Like nobody has to pay anything.
Oh, yeah.
just go up there and check out the cars. So I think if you take a car up there, then you need to check that out. So Dirt Racing fans said we need a JT blooper reel in car and in studio. I have probably enough video of JT where I can make us a blooper reel, a good one.
We got some cheese fries. Cheese fries.
I got
blooper reel too.
I do know that my camera roll on my phone is full of JT blooper photos that we can make one extra video out of. So Ron said, how about the new champ Brad Camp? Yeah, Brad did a good job. He did. He stomped me the last 5 or 6 weeks. So kudos to him. He had his World of Outlaws Xbox or PlayStation Xbox dialed in. So, but anyway, I just want to get on here tonight. I wanted to touch base with everybody. Make sure if you don't care, if you would do for me tonight when we get off here, make sure to share this video out so we can get as many people notified as this as possible. Just because I want to keep the channel growing. I know my it's taken longer than expected, but my goal has been 1,000 subscribers, and it is what it is. I just, I keep grinding, and hopefully one of these days we'll hit that 1,000 mark. And my goal has always been that if I can and put a little bit of money back into this that I make off of it, then I'll be tickled to death. I mean, obviously I don't have my sponsor sheet on me, but they're a huge part of this and the reason why I get to keep doing it. But thank you to them, and we're just going to keep grinding away and see what happens out of it.
Yeah, I think you're. I think like I said, we've talked the last 2 or 3 weeks on this series and our segment. I think it's gonna be cool. I think it's it's not a live thing, so it's you just putting in the extra time on whatever Sunday or Monday after a race, and
yep.
Someone didn't miss. Someone's racing on a Saturday, so they didn't get a seat to the Lucas race, or if they're racing on a Friday or Saturday in Northern All Stars or somewhere else, and they get you get to recap it. And I think that's pretty cool because sometimes it's hard to find results nowadays than just looking on Twitter or X or whatever you'll call it.
Yeah, there's so much of it. I mean, and the thing about it is too, like I know we've talked about it a couple times on our show, but the live show is there's so many series and there's so many. It's hard to keep track of dirt racing anymore unless you're just on it all the time. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I know the Hunt the Front Super Series is taking off like crazy. James has got the Northern All-Star late models rolling again. And then you have your Ultimate Heart of America, which they're coming to Paragon and Bloomington this year, which is a huge thing in my opinion. Then obviously you got your Safer Southern Nationals, and there's so many series out there right now. And I really think that, in my opinion, I think that if you watch over the span of 2024, regional racing is going to take off like crazy with the rising cost of parts and all that stuff. I mean, if a guy can, just like right now, I'm looking at James's schedule for the Northern All-Stars. You got Brownstown, Florence, Brownstown, Circle City, Lawrenceburg, Ponderosa, and Brownstown. I mean, within a 2-3 hour window there, that's 8 races that you can go travel and run for $5,000 or $10,000.
Yeah.
So, and that's huge.
Go ahead. Is he having like a points fund and all that, or do you know?
I have not seen that posted. I need to check into that and see. I know last year Josh Rice did win the championship. Jordan Weaver was Rookie of the Year, and then Jared Bailey received Sportsman Award. There was another award that Jared received. So I do know that there are some incentives. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's going to take off like fire this year in the regional scene.
Yeah. I'm just excited to have a regional super late model series around here.
Yes.
So I mean, especially with Essex, at the helm of it, everyone knows what he's able to do and his contacts and resources, and I think it's gonna take off bigger than I think what he imagines. So,
oh yeah, and I do want to point out too. This is for people that don't know, Grant. This is late breaking news. That James Essex will be the announcer of the Northern All-Star Series. I know that's hard to believe, but James Essex of the Northern All-Star Series.
So the DJ Sullivan guy is the competition director or something?
He's race director, yeah.
Race director.
And then James is the series director and announcer.
All right. And then Britton's getting the popcorn for him.
Yep, he's getting the popcorn for him.
It is, I mean, it's cool when you have a small starting out smaller regional thing and you're able to get help like that. I know that DJ Sullivan, I don't know him, but just from James Post, he helped with Lucas Oil, and so having his knowledge and experience, and Britton's been around late models his whole life, so
right,
he knows what he's talking about a little bit.
Make a cool deal for sure. All right, that's all I got tonight, Grant. Like I said, thanks for everybody for tuning in for the 25-minute show, or not really show, just an announcement on the new Hot Pit segment that will be coming to the Flag to Flag Media YouTube channel. If you're new, make sure you like, subscribe, leave us a comment on the YouTube channel. Check out all of our Shop Talk videos, all the racing grind videos. Check out all the road trip videos. And I, like I said, there's a ton of stuff planned. Logan's got 48 races on his schedule. I don't know if I hit all of them, but he's got 48 races on his schedule. So it's going to be an interesting summer, and I can't wait to get it started. Hopefully this Saturday night. I'm hoping. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, we may have to throw in a Flag to Flag live at my wedding on May 11th.
We might do that. I'll do it from the back of the ceremony, and we'll just do it live while we're doing it. So
yeah.
All right. Thanks everybody for watching. And like I said, we're off. For anybody that's watching tonight, we're off tonight, obviously, for the live show. And we will be back next Thursday night for our normal live Flag to Flag Media live segment with JT, Zach, myself, Peyton, and Owen. I guess Owen will be in there. Sometimes he is, sometimes he's not. Who knows what he's going to do. So, Grant, thanks for helping me out tonight. And we will see everybody on the next one.